the course of his career.
Well, these guys have a great effect on young men, and there's just no doubt about it, whether it's Coach Statham in his long and storied career or Coach Brown for Northwestern Oklahoma State, who has been around a little while, not close to Coach Statham, but you know, he's coached at Fort Scott Community College, where he coached the women. So it's not just young men, he coached the women there. He's been an assistant here at Northwestern, Oklahoma State, and now in his second season as the head coach. And so many people are affected. And Doug, unlike the NCAA, coaches will stay at the same school for a long, long time. I mean, there are programs in the NCAA where it happens, but guys tend to chase the money around a little bit in Division I, if you're with me.
I am totally with you, and that's obviously you got a big heart and a love for a game and a love for, you know, the people and the kids that you're talking about, whether you're talking about a Coach Statham or you're talking about a Coach Andrew Brown for Northwestern. I'm sure they've had their opportunities to go just about anywhere, and you know, it surprised me if Coach Statham isn't in the College Basketball Hall of Fame at this point.
Dixon, and that one goes. He has 10 points in the ball game, first Ranger in double figures, and he cuts that lead back down to 15 that it was at halftime. Pettiford handling out high and dealing it off to Eric Palm. Down to Detmer, trying to work his way into the paint. Back to Palm from outside, and that's a three.
That's the way the game is played, too. Inside, outside. Detmer tried to work his magic on the post and didn't get it, so he kicked right back out to Palm, who was ready for that ball.
A cool 23 here in the ball game for Eric Palm. Rebound Detmer on the miss from Davis. Eric Palm's career high is 38.
And he'll probably get that in this basketball game.
He had 37 in the game earlier this season against Illinois Springfield. And the bowling pins tumble over. Detmer in the middle of that one.
So is Felipe. Imagine that. Eichenberger really comes at you. They got the one for the foul right there, too. Job of their grabbing hand. Eichenberger with the tackle.
I mean, I thought he went for the ball, but I mean, he absolutely, they say take his legs away from him, you know, when you're tackling a good running back, and that's exactly what Felipe did.
Inside, outside again.
Pettiford from outside, a three for Carrington Pettiford.
Now Detmer gets in there, and they go double team Detmer on the second occasion on the opposite block, and he kicks it out for another triple.
Metro Sports intern Chris Johnson dealing it off to his guy inside, Brandon Dixon, who will go to the free throw line. He's been a load inside there, Doug. Brandon Dixon has it 6'7", 230. Not an easy matchup for anyone in the NAIA, and he'll go back to the free throw line. A guy that can get to the line, but only 54% this season for Brandon Dixon, the transfer from Ventura College. Got the first one there, and 11 points in the ball game here tonight. That's what he averages on the season, 11 points and 7 rebounds a game. And well, how about that? He's working on that right now.
Nice game. Nice averages, but a nice game here. Comes that trapping defense that McKendree's done a very good job of breaking.
Andy Wolff back in there handling along with Pettiford. Pettiford on the pull-up, off the glass, almost went. Look who's there. Eric Palm pump faking and scoring, and he's got 25.
Good job by Palm to create space with his body against a bigger player, giving up 7 inches that time.
Yeah, the 6'2" senior in there doing work against the trees. From outside, this is Johnson. And the rebound taken away by Wolff. Andy Wolff on the move. They got a swat from behind, stolen with the flick by Brown. And Brown had it pecked away. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, Coach Statham is really trying to groom right now Andy Wolff, and this is the third turnover, the second in this half, but looked to be a pretty good defensive play that time by Pettiford with the swat, but called by the official.
Well, and hang on to your wallet when Brown's around. 61 steals on the season for Brown. He just picked one up there when he flicked it away. But having trouble from the free throw line, 0 for 3. And he's a pretty good free throw shooter at 74% on the season, and he's missed 4 straight, very uncharacteristic, and also yet to score in this game, averaging about 13 a game on the season. One of the top players in the Sooner Athletic Conference. Detmer on the turnaround. Rebound on the other side by Dixon, and here comes Cottrell Curry.
They really need to make a run. Good call by the official.
He's carrying that and double dribbling and about every other thing you wanted to go with. Turns it back over to McKendree.
Northwestern's got to make a run right now, as McKendree obviously a firm grasp on control of this basketball game and have been for quite some time. They've got to break that 15-point barrier at some point.
Boy, that is a strong move by Ken Detmer.
Well, against a guy with a lot of energy and strength himself, and Felipe Eichenberger.
Dixon got his own and one for Brandon Dixon.
Right about a load on the offensive end of the floor. He's coming at you. We just saw Detmer with a lot of strength on the opposite end of the floor. But Dixon right now puts his ball up and goes right after it. He's going right into the chest of Detmer and then right through his body for that rebound. Good desire by Dixon.
Detmer picks up his second personal foul and the 5th team foul in the second half on McKendree. And Dixon looking for point number 15. If he can clean it up, the three-point play here. He cannot do it, but they get the rebound. And look who it is, Chris Johnson. Flying through there, blocking shots, grabbing rebound, doing all for his team here at the NAIA tournament and for Metro Sports, the intern.
Chris Johnson doing a very good job staying active here on the free throw line, but now they get to put points up on the board with the clock stop.
Going right into that McKendree huddle.
How many times you see that, the camera moving, but very steady with the picture.
Because it's a steady cam, my man. See? Luke's in there on the steady cam.
Beautiful.
Going to film school and whatnot. And over there going all willy-nilly with the steady cam. That away, Luke. You can see him as a member of the K crew out at Kaufman at the newly renovated, and really a brand new stadium, Kaufman Stadium, this summer. Let me tell you, it's looking good, Doug. We need to see you out there on opening day. Against the Yankees on a Friday, what? Huh?
How nice is that?
Nice weekend to open up your stadium again. That's pretty nice. And at the line is a local Kansas City guy, Chris Johnson. 6'1", 180, the senior from Kansas City, Missouri. Ruskin High School, the recipient of the NAIA Champions of Character Award when he was in high school back in 2004. And of course, one of the top interns in Metro sports history.
Well, he got what?
He got one to go. He barely chipped a little paint off the rim on the second one, though. So he's in the book.
Oh,
Eric Palm, what? With that.
Over a couple of guys. And that was very good defense that time by Holmes.
Man, he's already playing rec ball at senior in college, and that one will go for Dixon, who continues to pour it on inside.
Well, and Dixon is just abusive on the block. He's going at everybody.
I know you know what I'm talking about, that assortment of old man moves you have to go to with the little floaters and the runners, and soft shots, and that's exact. Palm's already got that. What's he going to be like when he's about 35?
I'll tell you exactly what he's getting. We haven't seen the fadeaway yet. It's
yes,
always at everybody.
Yes,
I haven't seen that fadeaway yet.
Where were you in the first half?
How about the 1 foot fadeaway where you go off 1 foot and you fall back about 8 feet?
That's not really a fadeaway. That's kind of a that's more horizontal in nature. If you're with me, I know the move, exact move you're talking about. There's a foul down low, and shooting free throws on the other end. As Dixon now has 16 for Northwestern. Here's Eric Palm with that soft shot.
He's coming at you with the bright. This is an excellent one. Creates a lot of space that time over the bigger Felipe Eichenberger, giving up 5 inches.
Here's the one we're talking about. Oh boy,
teardrop.
The little floater in the lane, coming to a rec center near you.
Courtesy of Eric Palm.
And this is Copeland at the line, who has 8 points in the ball game here tonight. You know, Coach Statham always has these guys 6'6", 6'7". He brings to the tournament every year. Always very fundamentally sound, kind of angular guys that know how to post up inside, and I don't know where they get. He gets them all from Illinois. Just about every once in a while you get a couple from Missouri, and then you throw in a Matt Lauer every now and then at 7'1" or whatever he was, 6'11".
Who had eyes in the back of his neck.
And was the player of the year in the NAIA in 2003. All-time leading scorer at McKendree, and they made the semifinals back in '03. Right now, McKendree has the basketball, leading by 21. On the move, Palm.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he's going to go to the line. Attacking aggressively off the dribble that time.
You know, they keep giving an aggressive offensive player that lane, and when you got a guy like Palm who has this lane wide open to him, 9 times out of 10, he's going to exploit you in one way, shape, or form. Obviously can shoot the basketball well from the outside, but he's got a obviously knack for getting to the foul line, drawing a lot of contact as well.
You know, the other thing about his game is he hustles, he gets after it, and in last season, they didn't make it past the second round, but he still won the Stevenson Hustle Award here at the NAIA tournament. How's that for you?
He's constantly moving.
He impressed everybody so much in 2 rounds of basketball that he won the Hustle Award. I don't know if that's ever happened, at least that I can remember. Probably did somewhere along the line back in the 30s when we weren't here.
Foots played every minute of the tournament.
Foots was here. Oh, up above the cylinder.
Hang time.
Eric Hobby up for the little tip in. And Doug, you know they have the King of the Hill dunk contest in Illinois. Well, he's won it twice. I think you could see why right there.
That.
The race is on.
Careful.
And out of bounds, and it will go back over to McKendree. But here's the young fella, the sophomore, 6'6" from Vandalia, Illinois.
And watch him just hang up here. Oh, goodness, Hobby. It could have been a little nasty if it wouldn't have come off the rim in a funky fashion. Hobby, very athletic.
Now, they say he's the most athletic player on the team.
However, there's that fadeaway.
Yep. And the tip in, was that Pettiford at 6 feet? No, it was Eric Hobby they gave it to. All right. I thought Pettiford might have got that one. Here goes Holmes. And he picked up the spare in the lane that time. It's going to be on Carrington Pettiford. And I'm going to throw Carrington Pettiford into the All-Country Club name category. Alongside Thurston Howell III and folks like that. Carrington Pettiford. Don't you like that?
I do like that.
Okay.
That's nice. Caddyshack. Extraordinaire.
Yes. At the line, David Holmes, the 6', 180 senior, Arlington, Texas. Not big in the numbers column this season at 2 points and a rebound per game. He has 3 points in this ball game. Back into the ball game is Ken Detmer, the 6'7" junior, back in there.
You got to expect Coach Statham right now. He's going to be liberally substituting at this point, up 26.
Well, obviously, Doug, this one's far from over with 13 minutes left. However, there's probably a point when you are thinking in terms of, okay, it looks like we might move on. And he's definitely not there yet.
Oh, my God.
Oh, have mercy.
That was way up there. That ball just hung and hung.
Now you see why he won the King of the Hill dunk contest? Curry from outside. I thought Eric Palm was chucking it up there into the cheap seats. Palm would have counted had it gone. But then sweeping in is Eric Hobby at 6'6", 205 for the big downstroke.
Sweeping is kind right here as that ball just continued to hang, and then with authority, but the pass ended up perfect. Excellent delivery there by Palm, who was being guarded by the hash mark. See, he has a tendency to extend the defense.
Palm now has 30 points.
Well on his way to his 38-point career high.
And you noticed I had already marked the free throw down before he shot it. That looks so good on the first one. 31 points out of Eric Palm in one of the best games we have seen in the tournament so far individually. And there's the foul on Palm that time, which is his second personal foul as he fouled Holmes taking the baseline.
You know, Palm has played just about every minute in this ball game so far. 19 in the first half out of 20. I don't believe he's come out here in the second half just yet. Obviously, his coach knows when to rest him, but he's one of those guys that really needs a rest. They need him for a period of games.
Hobby takes his seat over there after his thunder work on the rim. And Holmes with the free throw. Now has 5 points in the game.
Yeah, he's chipping paint off the rim in a different way.
And David Holmes with both free throws, 61% on the season. He has 6 points in the ball game. And it's a 65-38 game with about 12 minutes left, and there's a turnover right in front of the McKendree bench.
And Andy Wolff is he's definitely that protege guy right now that Coach Statham is working on.
Nice pass inside, and some rim work for Termaine Snyder. Great look from Holmes as he penetrated, and then a turnover.
Good energy by the Rangers.
Trailing by 25, still staying with it for Coach Brown. Northwestern Oklahoma State.
Look, good penetration. Good defense. So there, that's the alley-oop from the hash mark way up there.
That's a nice look.
Oh, gosh. That's pretty.
That's what we were seeing from the court level, you know, over here.
Yeah.
Which you didn't see from the other angles up underneath the bucket on this end, but you really saw it from jib cam all the way across the floor, how high Eric Hobby got up on that one. That's fun.
Oh, man, good pass, too.
Here at the NAIA tournament. And it's showing you why right now, the Bearcats of McKendree, that they were 14-0, first place in the American Midwest Conference, 28-5 overall. Talked about it early on, both these teams playing very good conferences. That Sooner Athletic Conference is always tough down in Oklahoma. And and in Texas, and John Brown's in it in Arkansas. I mean, there must be 20 teams in that thing now. But to tell you the truth, the Sooner Athletic Conference hasn't fared real well in this tournament. Oklahoma Baptist is the only other team left. They had 5 teams in. Northwestern Oklahoma still trying to stay in it here with little less than 12 minutes left in this one, so they still have a chance in this one. But it's not looking so good here at the Muni for the Rangers at this point. They're going to need a big flurry. Holmes knocked away. Copeland retrieves. And here comes Eric Palm. Andy Wolff shakes up the offense. Here's Detmer cutting across the lane.
Palm trips over his shoelaces out here with nobody around. That doesn't happen often.
Detmer looking for cutters. Now to Wolff with 10 on the shot clock.
Running down time right now is McKendree.
Yeah, not going to hurt him at all when you lead by 25. And then draw the foul
with 4
to
seconds.
Get bailed out with 4 seconds to go on the shot clock.
That is execution right there.
Well, again, the game of Andy Wolff is not about scoring and shooting the basketball for this team. It's about running the team.
Does a good job of getting to the basket, and McKendree does an excellent job, as you can imagine, from a coach who's won 993 games, of spreading the floor.
Andy Wolff, the 6'1" sophomore from Centralia, Illinois, misses the second one, 67% on the season. As so many of these players from McKendree, you know, right there in their home state of Illinois, and the others that aren't are from the St. Louis, Missouri, or Illinois area, the metro area there in St. Louis. So Coach Statham keeping it at home and in the house.
Quick release.
Wouldn't go for Palm that time. Stolen away and into the hands of Detmer. Palm up the floor finding Hobby. Shaping up down low, Copeland off glass. Rebound Felipe Eichenberger.
Good defense.
And then the lay-in going for Holmes. David Holmes is having one of his better games of the season now with 8 points in this one.
You know, he's playing well, not only offensively as we just saw, but he's also doing a good job defensively against Eric Palm when he is on him. He hasn't been on him this entire game, but he's giving him some fits here and there.
Wolff threw up a circus shot that time. And here come the Rangers of Northwestern Oklahoma State. Curry from outside, rebounded by Wolff.
He needs a little bit of a break right now.
And McKendree content to slow it down, work some clock, leading by 24. Winner of this ball game will play Friday night at 9:45. They'll play the winner of our next game between Lindsey Wilson and Texas Wesleyan.
Oh, boy.
Hobby missed it. Should have just gone ahead and dunked it.
Why not?
I mean, we've seen that it can happen. Felipe on the baseline. Back to Brandon Brown, and still has not scored in this ball game. And stolen away by Holmes all alone.
And yes, he did. At 6 foot.
He's got 10 points in the ball game, averaging 2 points a game on the season.
And doing a good job on Palm right now. Wolff is tired, and good defense out on the perimeter again by Brandon Brown this time. And Wolff uses that left-hand arm to push away, but good steal here by David Holmes against a very good basketball player who got a little bit careless with the ball right there on a spin move, and at 6 foot, going up and yanking one.
That reminded me of the guy from Georgetown about 10 years ago that used to wear wrestling shoes. And he was about 5'10" and just dunk out of the half-court offense. Do you remember him, Doug?
I do, actually.
I don't even know what his name was, but I just remembered it. These games are fun, aren't they? Here in NAIA, the championship tournament here in Kansas City. 72nd annual NAIA championship tournament. 20-point lead for McKendree. On the move, Copeland would have counted. And he'll go back to the free throw line, where he's been quite a few times tonight. And has gotten there quite a bit on the season, 121 times to the line throughout the season. In fact, this McKendree team coming into this ball game had shot 769 free throws versus 607 for their opponents.
Yeah, and I believe that obviously with the likes of Palm, who has a knack for drawing fouls, and Copeland very strong. He just went against a very strong player himself on the defensive end, Dixon, who is a load, but Copeland very strong individual as well.
Copeland has 10 points now, make it 11. A 23-point lead for the McKendree Bearcats from Lebanon, Illinois. Dixon, and that's a tied ball situation as they capped him down low. I think it was Hobby that went up and put a lid on that one. Possession arrow stays with Northwestern Oklahoma State.
You know, Northwestern Oklahoma has not given up whatsoever. They still have come with a ton of energy, but you still have to give McKendree a lot of praise because they've also hung in there and haven't relinquished much of that lead, especially here in the second half.
Chris Johnson feeds the post in there to Felipe Eichenberger. And they draw the foul over the top. 10th team foul on McKendree, so double bonus time for Northwestern and Oklahoma State. John McCarthy, the tournament director, gets a peek at himself on the big screen. Nobody is safe in here from the Metro Sports cameras and technology. Jibs, steady cams. What else are we bringing out here tonight, Doug? Are we flipping a switch and going HD in a minute or what?
It wouldn't shock me.
That's next year. New folks in the ballgame. One of them, Kyle Heckert, the 6'2 freshman, wearing 32. Here's Sean Rockers, stolen away into the hands of Cameron Davis.
Coach Statham doesn't fall for those turnovers too frequently.
Doesn't like those, does he?
No, he does not.
And there's our guys. The one last guy checked out of here last night of the posse on the far sideline over there in the corner. And it's my man up here with the cowboy hat up top. He stuck it out. 3 minutes left, and he decided that's it because it's about 1 a.m. And as he was walking out the door, J.C. Pearson says, "See you later, bruh." Gave him a nice little farewell. And so he outlasted his posse last night. We'll see how we roll tonight. I don't think it's going to be quite so late. Fritz Walker said those guys were here when he was playing.
Fritz has a story for about anything.
I love those guys.
Oh, they're great. That's what it's all about.
And
right
you know they're going to get put on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Those are our guys right there. Love this tournament.
Reading the paper.
Pick a team or two, root for them.
The day.
Never know what else is going on. And that shot going down, they counted for Rustler that time.
They sit in the same spot every single year.
That one did go for Rustler. The foul is on Dixon, his fourth, and John Rustler with his second hoop tonight. And completes the three-point play. The co-captain on this team, along with his Goodfellow Sr., or they did not give him the bucket, so they waved it off. Another free throw coming. Co-captain along with Eric Palm. He's from the St. Louis area, went to DeSmet High School. He is an NAIA scholar athlete. We always want to point those guys out that are doing it in the classroom. That's a very nice honor to be an NAIA scholar athlete, as John Russler is.
Oh
man! And how about Sean Rockers up to smack that one off the glass?
Well, I thought Tremaine Snyder was
going to dunk it.
Yeah,
but wait a minute.
2 or 3 of them.
Sean Rockers had a little something for you.
Yes, he
waiting
did.
Down low.
And that was an open lane to the back. Right here, good look. Open lane and mud. Ooh.
Wait for the jib. There it is.
Oh, good angle. Wow.
Tremaine Snyder took it in, and the door unavailable. Slammed right in his face. Snyder with 8. Snyder's a good-looking player, though.
Yes, he is. Good call that time by the official. They're slapping about everything. And that was a good job. Also that time of handling the basketball by Carrington Pettiford.
Doug, are we getting a little raggedy here over the last couple trips?
Yeah, and that's to be expected a little bit. Right now, Northwestern really letting it all hang out, playing still with a lot of intensity and a lot of enthusiasm. We're still grinding away.
And to the line, Carrington Pettiford. Hitting the first, 66% free throw shooter, hit all 3 of his free throws here tonight. CBC High School in St. Louis. Carrington with 7. Lead back out to 23 for McKendree.
Ball movement by Northwestern. The defense also by McKendree.
And look who's keeping it moving out there. Chris Johnson got it down low to Snyder. A lot of activity, no call in there. And the Bearcats come away. Eric Palm on the wing. And he's going to go back to the line.
Palm does so well right there. He had a little bit of contact by Jason Rogers that time right at the free throw line. So he went right back at Rogers to draw more contact and put himself at the free throw line. That's just an uncanny knack and the ability to go to the free throw line.
Oh, he's just an outstanding NAIA player. First team All-American, the player of the year in the AMC the last couple of seasons. You know, they tell you he's a co-captain. They talk about him just being a really great guy, humble guy. You know, even though all of the accolades have come his way, good leader on this team. And 33 points in the opening round of the national tournament. And he takes his seat. Doug, I don't know if he's going to be able to play enough in this ball game to get his career high like you were saying.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he might be done for the night right now.
Although I do believe it was there to be had.
Yes, sir.
5.5 to play, and he's got sitting on 33. But he did crack the 2 large mark for his career here tonight.
A long shot too,
yeah,
right?
And it was a long shot. A 3-ball appropriately. There's another block by Rockers, who has 67 blocks on the season. He and Hobby each have 67 blocks for this Bearcat team, and both very athletic, get off the floor quickly.
Both, no doubt, will be going into sand volleyball after their basketball.
You know what? I think you have picked that.
Yes, sir.
And that, again, was Rockers on the other side of the hoop that time. Snyder will go to the line. That foul going against John Russler. First personal foul. Both teams in the double bonus. And so Termaine Snyder will go back to the line. Second team all-conference in the Sooner Athletic Conference for Termaine Snyder, the 6'6" senior from Memphis, Tennessee. He was third team last season. The transfer from South Plains Junior College in Texas. And when you're making all conference teams and player of the year in these two conferences, that's saying something.
Yes, absolutely.
Snyder tonight has 9 points. And make it 10. Timeout called by Andrew Brown.
He's going to get his troops fired up here. One last effort, being down 25, and they've definitely left it all out on the floor. So far, they've hit a buzzsaw in the form of McKendree. But his team has not given up. Give him and his team a lot of credit right now for still playing with a lot of heart, and they're going to continue to do so, and that's the reason for this timeout.
6th appearance in the national tournament, 3-6 overall for Northwestern Oklahoma State coming into this game tonight. Again, their best run ever was in 2007, so just a couple of seasons ago. And they made the Elite 8, and at that time, Andrew Brown was an assistant coach on this team. Now he's the head coach in his second season. And our guys still got one game left in the tank tonight.
Need some more B6.
Good to go.
Yeah. Have they been here since 9 this morning? Probably.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but the guy in the back with the cowboy hat, or what, I mean, that's a cool cowboy hat if it's a cowboy hat. You know, it's not just your basic, you know. And he just outshone them all last night. Detmer back out high. They swing it around.
Detmer doing a good job of posting up in there. Eichenberger's still working hard. Good work here on the inside. Detmer and Eichenberger. Eichenberger just coming at you like a defensive tackle normally would.
You know, Felipe's gotten his money's worth tonight. That's his 4th personal foul. And that rattled downtown Kansas City with that free throw.
Yeah.
You're not going to see a more powerful brick go off the glass than that one.
You know, new windshield after that one come at you.
I did see a rarity last night, an 87% free throw shooter whiffed one. I've never seen that before.
What does an 87%
I think
free throw shooter
somebody
look at?
opened the door. Open the door down the other end. We got a breeze in here. Still running their offense.
Oh, good move. Strong move.
Here comes Holmes in transition, who's had a nice night for Northwestern Oklahoma State. Finding Snyder as they swing it around. Snyder for 3. Put back no good that time.
Good hustle by Northwestern.
Checking in the game, Tyler Dettering wearing number 30. And it looks like Copeland may be hurt in the backcourt there. He rejoins his teammates.
Not for long. Pretty tough looking kid.
Oh, he carried that all over the place. They're going to call a foul, though. I mean, my man had the whole hand up underneath the ball that time.
Oh, and they foul on the other end of the side of the floor.
Somebody else. And so we're going to see Pettiford at the free throw line. But Doug, it looks like this McKendree team's going to move on with 3:21 left and leading by 27. I mean, what do you see in this team that you like after watching the first round of this tournament so far? We got one game left that follows this one, but what do you like about this team?
Well, I like several things. Obviously, you got to start with Eric Pond. Well, start with the coach. who organizes them so well. And then you go to Eric Palm, who's an excellent leader. Then you go on the inside to the likes of Detmer and Copeland and Hobby, and then you got the steady hand of Andy Wolff on the outside as well. So you got a lot of different. Pettiford, very good at the point guard spot too. So everybody knows their role and is organized very well fundamentally by a more than veteran coach.
Have you seen that look before in a basketball game? Just answer the question, Doug. Have you seen that look before from up above with the jib cam?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I mean, that wires across the.
That was about 5 feet over his head. He had his own personal camera in his own personal space. I have not seen that before. Up the floor, here comes Holmes. Driving down the lane, had it swatted out of there. 2.5 left, and a 28-point lead for McKendree.
The future sand volleyball pro. Rockers.
There he goes, and dinner is served.
Very athletic player.
Sean Rockers with 4.
Rockers is a younger version, it looks like, of Hobby. We talked about they always seem to have those kind of guys for Coach Statham.
Yep. Illinois just seems, and they all seem to be from Illinois. They all want to play for Coach Statham, and he teaches them how. I mean, they're all fundamentally sound every year. I mean, it's just, that's how it goes. That's how they roll. At the free throw line, David Holmes. And again, he's had, this has to be one of his better games of the season. Handled the ball well outside. How about this, as you look at Coach Statham, taking another guy to the bench here. 20 wins in 19 of the last 20 seasons.
That's obviously strong, like everything else that he's done throughout his coaching career.
Still going, Doug.
Unmatched.
25 wins in 14 of the last 16 seasons, including this season, and 28 wins for Coach Statham. And then let's wrap your mind around this one. 33 20-win seasons in his coaching career.
Out of how many years?
That might have just blown your mind. Did it just blow your mind?
40 years? That's crazy. Yes.
There you go. NAIA Hall of Fame, 1998. He's also NABC Award, the Guardians of the Game Leadership Award. That's a big award. You know, the NABC based here in Kansas City. National Association of Basketball Coaches. And here comes Carrington Pettiford back to the line. McKendree will move on. And on Friday night, tomorrow night, the 9:45 game, that will be the late game tomorrow night, mercifully for the Crew, instead of what we're going to go with tonight at about 10:40, 10:45, because we got one right on the heels of this one. And Pettiford continues to stroke him home at 66%, but he has not missed a foul shot tonight.
It's about what you need to get hot right now in the confidence.
So stick around.
Toughest tournament.
And that's right. And McKendree will play the winner of Lindsey Wilson, Kentucky, and Texas Wesleyan from Fort Worth, Texas. That ball game coming right after this one. As you know, here in the NAIA, guys' careers end, things happen. They sweep them off the floor and play the next one in 10 minutes. Clock going. It never stops.
From 9 a.m. all the way to midnight.
On the spin move off the glass. No good for Ian Ridge, who just entered. Freshman from Florida, Illinois, 6'5", 180.
Yeah, he'll be the next Sam volleyball player.
And there they are, waiting to play this next game. Former national champion Texas Wesleyan in 2006. Waiting in the tunnel. And that one going in for Jason Rogers. His first hoop tonight.
Aggressive move that time, slicing down the middle of the lane.
Jason, the transfer from Stephen F. Austin University. And before that, Frank Phillips Junior College in Texas.
Does an excellent job there using that screen, just curling off of it, knowing he had a defender on his hip with the lane wide open.
And has a three-point play in the national tournament. Down low with it, Rustler. Oh, a horse shot up over his head by Heckert. They keep it alive for Carrington Pettiford. And it is sloppy on the McKendree end of the floor.
No whistles there.
Popping out of the pack is Rogers. Leaving it back for a new man into the game. That's Kajander, Jackson Kajander. And he misses that one with 10 seconds left. Well, congratulations to Northwestern Oklahoma State on another fine 20-win season, 20-11 coming into this game. They were tied for third in the Sooner Athletic Conference, and Rogers has all 6 of his points in about the final 30 seconds. McKendree, Illinois, the Bearcats will move on to round 2 tomorrow night at 9:45 with an 83-58 win in round 1. And coaching victory number, who's counting anyway, right? 994 for Harry Statham in his career. So he cannot hit the 1 large mark here at the national tournament, but I imagine there'll be a media conference at some point early on next season. We've got another one for you right here on Metro Mania, as we've all gone a little loopy, but not loopy enough to leave you here. Back to the Muni in about 10. We'll throw it back to the Metro Sports Studios.